The future of our communities begins with informed choices.
As the 2026 FCT Area Council elections draw closer,
the New Direction Movement, in partnership with KAFTAN TV and Inspire Nigeria Initiative, presents
30 days countdown to the FCT Area Council elections.
Join us every day at 6 p.m. on KAFTAN TV as we engage candidates for councillor and area council chairman,
asking the questions that matter on vision, mission, leadership, programs, accountability, development, and so on.
Join us as we drill the candidates and address grassroots development in FCT. Call in live to ask questions on 08029 38365.
Follow us live on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X.
30 days countdown only on KAFTAN TV.
A new direction for leadership begins with you.
Make Nigeria rise, make Nigeria heal. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This time, my people.
The future of our communities begins with informed choices.
As the 2026 FCT Area Council elections draw closer,
the New Direction Movement, in partnership with KAFTAN TV and Inspire Nigeria Initiative, presents
30 days countdown to the FCT Area Council elections.
Join us every day at 6 p.m. on KAFTAN TV as we engage candidates for councillor and area council chairman,
asking the questions that matter on vision, mission, leadership, programs, accountability, development, and so on.
Join us as we drill the candidates and address grassroots development in FCT. Call in live to ask questions on 08029 38365.
Follow us live on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X.
30 days countdown only on KAFTAN TV.
A new direction for leadership begins with you.
Make Nigeria rise, make Nigeria heal. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This time, my people.
The future of our communities begins with informed choices.
As the 2026 FCT Area Council elections draw closer,
the New Direction Movement, in partnership with KAFTAN TV and Inspire Nigeria Initiative, presents
30 days countdown to the FCT Area Council elections.
Join us every day at 6 p.m. on KAFTAN TV as we engage candidates for councillor and area council chairman,
asking the questions that matter on vision, mission, leadership, programs, accountability, development, and so on.
Join us as we drill the candidates and address grassroots development in FCT. Call in live to ask questions on 08029 38365.
Follow us live on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X.
30 days countdown only on KAFTAN TV.
A new direction for leadership begins with you.
No more deceit, pick the ones we get that, we get mine, we get dream. Make Nigeria rise, make Nigeria heal. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This time, my people.
The future of our communities begins with informed choices.
As the 2026 FCT Area Council elections draw closer,
the New Direction Movement, in partnership with KAFTAN TV and Inspire Nigeria Initiative, presents
30 days countdown to the FCT Area Council elections.
Join us every day at 6 p.m. on KAFTAN TV as we engage candidates for councillor and area council chairman.
Asking the questions that matter on vision, mission, leadership, programs, accountability, development, and so on.
Join us as we drill the candidates and address grassroots development in FCT. Call in live to ask questions on 08029 38365.
Follow us live on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X.
30 days countdown only on KAFTAN TV.
A new direction for leadership begins with you.
We get my way, get dream. Make Nigeria rise, make Nigeria heal. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This time, my people.
The future of our communities begins with informed choices.
As the 2026 FCT Area Council elections draw closer,
The New Direction Movement, in partnership with KAFTAN TV and Inspire Nigeria Initiative, presents
30 days countdown to the FCT Area Council elections.
join us every day at 6 p.m. on KAFTAN TV as we engage candidates for councillor and area council chairman.
asking the questions that matter on vision, mission, leadership, programs, accountability, development, and so on.
Join us as we drill the candidates and address
Welcome to Countdown to FCT Area Council Election 2026. We'll not be talking on elections specifically. We'll be talking on the Federal Capital Territory. Something happened on the 3rd of February 1976. The federal military government decided to establish 11 new states, including Anambra, Imo, Sokoto, Bauchi, Niger, including Plateau, Ondo, Oyo, Ogun. And on that same day, an announcement was made that Nigeria was going to change its capital city from Lagos to Abuja. So if you look at that calculation, 3rd of February 2026 and 3rd of February 1976, Abuja is 50 years old today. And there's no fanfare, there's no celebration. Even there was a huge noise of strike hanging on the cloud in Abuja. But in spite of this, we feel at the Countdown studio that Abuja deserves a special mention today. Not in terms only of the election that is coming up on the 21st of February 2026, but to look at Abuja holistically as an entity that was established with a unique purpose in mind. So what has been going well? What has not gone well? What went well? What are the problems? And how can we address them? Of course, if you tie them together, you will see that having a good election, a free and fair election that get the right people who understand the purpose of leadership elected might drive us towards the fulfillment of the purpose of Abuja. Might help us in achieving the original intention of our fathers and national heroes who saw the need to establish a new federal capital territory. Of course, why was Abuja needed? Lagos was getting congested. There was so much traffic in the city. A lot of man hours are lost on a daily basis, commuting to work and coming back. There was a lot of chaos on the road, and there was just an urgent need for a new city that will be the place where Nigeria will be governed from to be established. And that was what informed the announcement that was made in 1976, February 3rd, by General Murtala Mohammed. So as these states were born, the process of launching a new federal capital territory began. Much earlier, a committee has been set up, headed by Justice Akinola Aguda, to tour the nooks and crannies of Nigeria and find the most appropriate place for a new federal capital territory to be established. Of course, after they have done their work awesomely, excellently, they unanimously agreed that Abuja is a center of Nigeria. And if you look at nations that have changed their countries, I mean their country's capital cities, you will find out that this same scenario played out. They are looking for a more central place. They are looking for a place that is less chaotic, where administration can happen seamlessly, where there's a congestion is at a minimal level, and then where transport flows very easily. So some countries that have done this before us include Brazil. Brazil changed their capital city from Rio de Janeiro to Brasilia. So Rio was like Lagos to Brazil before, and then Brasilia is like our Abuja. And if you compare Abuja with its peers across the world, with Malaysia. Malaysia changed the capital city from Kuala Lumpur to Putrajaya. And the reason why countries change is because they are just looking for a better place where governance can take place. So if you compare Abuja with all these other capital cities of countries that did what Nigeria did, how will Abuja fare side by side if you place Abuja, for example, beside Brasilia or beside Putrajaya or several other countries that have done a similar thing? So that's what we'll be looking at today. And you are my you are my co-presenters today. You are our viewers. So you have just this unique opportunity to call the studio and let's discuss together the issue of Abuja at 50. Has Abuja really performed to expectation? Is Abuja lagging behind? If Abuja has not performed to expectations, why? If Abuja is lagging behind, what are the issues? And if you feel Abuja has done excellently well, why do you think so? So you have the opportunity today to pick your phone and call me in the studio. Let's rub minds together. Let's discuss our capital city, and let's see whether we can be able to, agree on where we are, where we ought to be, why we didn't get to where we ought to be, and what must we do to be able to make accelerated progress. So on my part from here, I will be leading discussion in looking at the various thematic issues of Abuja's, development agenda, and see whether we have been able to achieve that or not. The number to call will be scrolling on your screen, and but if you are a first-time viewer, the number is 0802 993 8365. 0802 993 8365. So please call us from your office if you are still in the office. Call us from the home if you are in your home already. And if you are commuting between work and office, or between your market and between office and home, or market and home, call us also. Let's interact together. Okay, we have the first caller. Hello, caller. Good evening. Welcome to special discussion on Abuja at 50. What's your name, please, and where are you calling from?
My name is Dr. Babatunde Kayode.
Hey,
I'm calling from Abuja.
Dr. Babatunde, how are you today, sir? What part of Abuja are you calling from?
I'm calling from my home, Papi.
Oh, okay. Well, how is Papi today, sir?
Well, bless God.
Okay. Today is exactly 50 days that General Murtala Mohammed announced that we are going to have a new federal capital territory called Abuja.
Yes, sir.
In your where were you, sir, in 1976? When this announcement was made?
I was just in primary 5.
Okay, but at least you are aware of that.
Definitely. Not really, but I know later on I got to know.
And you have been in Abuja for how many years, sir?
35 years now.
35 years. So you have, I mean, you have the real experience to talk about Abuja. So what will you say about Abuja, sir? Do you think that the dreams of our founding fathers is achieved, or and if it is not achieved, what is the problem and how can we address them?
Well, I would say the dream of our founding fathers has been achieved in the sense that they agreed for us to have a new federal capital territory.
Yes.
And I think for now, Abuja has come to stay.
Yes.
So that is the reality.
Yes.
So there is so much also that is needed to make Abuja what it's supposed to be. Abuja is expected to be the capital city of Nigeria. But as it is now, there are so many things that are lacking. Inside this Abuja city, no light, no water, no good road. The hospitals are just there without drugs, without personnel, medical personnel. The schools are also not being taken care of. We have a lot of schools, a lot of children sitting on the floor in Abuja. And I think it's not part of the plan of our founding fathers.
Thank you very much, sir. So what do you think should be done to address these issues?
I think as we have in Abuja now, we have a minister.
Yes, sir.
Or we have ministers, so to say. We have the senior, I don't know whether I should say senior or junior. Now, we have two ministers.
Minister of State and the
Yes,
and the minister, substantive minister.
I think they should live up to expectations of what the founding father expect of the federal capital. Their dream was to have a capital city where everything works like it is, that is as it is in other cities of the world.
Yes.
And what is so unfortunate is these people, they travel out to other cities, other countries, and see the way things work there. And when they come back home, it is expected that they replicate.
They replicate the same thing here. Yes.
It's the same thing in Abuja, but unfortunately, we don't have. It's a different story. So most of the time, they go out of the country, go to visit places, go to capital cities of the world, and just a sightseeing, to the shopping, and then when they come back home, they continue with their old
way of doing things.
Yes. So I think they should live up to expectation and see how things work in other cities, replicate what they see in other cities, and bring it back to Abuja. I believe it can work. Abuja can work.
You believe it can work?
We have the resources.
I also believe with you, sir, that it can work. We have the resources, and that's why we have decided to dedicate this edition of, by the way, we have been doing countdown to FCT area council election because we feel that, leadership our capital city that is brand new, purpose built, you know, that 50 years ago could not compete with the Dubais of this world, you know, with the Abu Dhabis of this world. We are not even talking of New York now. We are not talking of San Francisco. We are not talking of California. You cannot even compete, you know, with the Qatars of this world, and that is very wrong. So please call us today and let's talk about Abuja at 50. What is working? What has not been working? And what do we need to do? And one of the things that is working is that yes, we succeeded in creating a brand new capital city. We have another caller on the line. Good evening. Who is on the line and where are you calling from, please? Okay, we lost the call. Please, you can call us back again. The line is still open. 0802-993-8365. We are talking about Abuja at 50. Okay, so when I moved to Abuja in 1997, okay, we have the caller is here again. Okay, good evening, caller. How are you today and where are you calling from? What's your name?
Yes, I'm calling from Kubwa.
Okay, what's your name, please?
Mr. Wanze.
Oh, Mr. Wanze, God bless you. Please, you can move away. You can move a little away from your TV set. It's echoing.
Okay.
Yes, if you move it. Yes. Okay, so what do you? We are looking at Abuja. What is working? What is not working? And what do we need to do to make it right?
Yes. What that will make us to make it right is what we talk about. But why is not working is corruption.
Corruption.
Yes.
Can you explain it?
Corruption is in everything.
You
It's
know,
not that. Can you explain it?
yes.
Corruption is everything. Which you sitting there knows.
Yeah.
You have just mentioned that the designer of Abuja is from Japan.
Yes.
Is it not what you said?
Yes.
And do you think the man is corrupt that he had to design Abuja?
No. Everything they needed to do, they did. The rest is with us. It was with us that things went wrong.
If there's no corruption, why are they breaking houses up and down?
That's.
That is when I say corruption.
Okay.
In everything in Abuja, corruption is very involved.
Okay.
So that is it.
Okay.
If it will take another 50 years to reshape the city.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So if we fix corruption, you believe that I also believe with you that if we can just fix corruption, you know, everything will work smoother than it is working right now.
In any case, these are not yet working because the corruption is still there.
The corruption is there, so we must address corruption very urgently.
Now we are talking.
Yes. Thank you so much, Mr. Wanze.
Yeah.
God bless you. How is Kubwa today? I hope the weather is beautiful in Kubwa.
Kubwa is here, like I said, corruption. Because if you look at the paper and the map, everything about this city, it is the best to know in the world.
I agree with you, sir. I agree.
But the corruption is there. Where they're supposed to be real, they will sell it because of political they will do this, they will talk. When any government comes, they turn it this way. Any other government comes, they turn it the other way. Then that is corruption.
Yes.
It is not only when you collect money, and it is corruption. A lot of things.
Thank you, sir. That was why I wanted you to explain. You have explained very well now. So people that are hearing us, they understand you clearer now. Thank you, sir. God bless you. Have a wonderful evening. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
That was Mr. Iwanse from Abuja is not working, is corruption. And I agree with him. Absolutely. For example, the amount of money that, if you look at the budget of FCT every year, if you look at the budget, you know, there was a time I just put the budget of Abuja for 3 years together. It was trillions. It ran into trillions of naira just for 3 years. And I was wondering, where is the money? You know, if every kobo that was supposed to be used to build schools is actually used to build the schools, our schools should be world class. So corruption is there. Corruption in the administration of the city. corruption at the ministerial level, corruption at the area council level, corruption at the councillorship level, even corruption in the agencies of government within the Federal Capital Territory, whether federal agencies or the FCT agencies themselves. So if you can address the issue of corruption, we will be able to build a global city that will be the pride and joy of everyone. I was just talking about when I came to Abuja in 1997. You know, water was running. There was light. The roads were orderly. You will never see anybody beating traffic light. You will not see one person that is driving against traffic light. You know, there was so much order. There was so much discipline. Maybe because it was under the military. And of course, with a civilian, we have already, you know, taken a lot of things for granted. Anytime they want to take light in those days, they will go on television, NTA, Abuja, and they will announce that they wanted to take a light. And they will tell us they will take the light for 5 hours or for 3 hours. And they will mention the reason why they want to take the light. And it will not pass that stipulated, you know, period, whether 2 hours or 1 or 3 hours or 4 hours. And did you also notice that in the construction of Abuja, the earlier, like if you go to Wuse, you go to, you know, Wuse 2, all those areas, you see that all the wiring were underground, which agrees with the conceptualization of the city from the onset. You know, the development was, every part of Abuja is well developed, every part, where there will be road, where there will be hospital, where there will be market, you know, where there will be school, where there will be green area, everything is what, but as managers come and managers go, the way they administer this city is not world class. And if you don't administer your city in a world class way, it can never compare with any city that was built in a world class way. And that's why you see that Abuja cannot compare in beauty, in organization, in order, in management, in administration, in any area. It cannot compare with any global city. But for those who do not know, they feel Abuja is beautiful. But for those of us that have been privileged to see the way other countries look like, I mean, at times when I go to Accra and I wonder, I say, but even Accra is old city that was not purpose built. There are still areas of Accra that are so well organized and very orderly, better than Abuja, that we built from the scratch. A city that was built from the scratch should not be like this Federal Capital Territory of Nigeria today. So we are looking at the problems not for the purpose of complaining alone. We are looking at the problem for the purpose of addressing them and solving them. We have another caller on the line because today is a day of interacting with one another to look at the issue. Good evening. Welcome to Abuja at 50 discussion on KAFTAN television. What's your name, please, and where are you calling from?
Good evening. My name is Michael. I'm calling from Kuje.
Oh, Mr. Michael, how are you today? How is Kuje?
Kuje is fine.
We learned that your Kuje is becoming a little London. Is it true?
Yes, exactly. The work going on by the airport road, from the airport road to Kuje, is going on very smoothly.
But are you happy, Michael? Are you happy that that road that has been on the master plan for about 50 years ago is just now coming to realization? Are you happy that it took this long before that road is fixed?
I can only say that I'm happy that it's coming to realization now, but I'm not happy that it took this long before it started building the road.
Okay, so generally, how long have you been in Abuja?
I've been in Abuja since 2017.
Oh, that's you're almost clocking your 10 years now.
Yes.
And if you live in any city for 10 years, you're already an indigent of the city. So what do you have to say about Abuja? Are we achieving the purpose? What is going right? What is not going right? And how do we fix them?
Okay, what I want to say is that is it not possible for us to have as a development plan for Abuja, whereby every minister that comes will follow that plan instead of what we are getting now?
The plan is on the ground. The plan is already on the ground. What happens is that people are, okay, for example, if you ask for Abuja master plan, Mr. Michael, you may see 2 or 3 different copies. Now, the designers of the city did not do 2 or 3 different cities. So what happens is that as a new government coming, they may look at it and say, okay, can we tinker with this one a little? Can we adjust this one in that area a little? And of course, what is affecting the tinkering for some of these people is not national interest, it's selfish interest. What if we do it this way? Maybe my government will benefit A and B or C from that area. So there's a master plan, but people, you know, they tweak it as they like.
Yes. So what I'm also suggesting is that let's make it can we make it a law whereby if we say that this is what we achieve between now and the next 10 years,
yes,
it will become a law.
Yes.
You have no option when you become a minister but to follow up and do something within your own timeline. If you are not following up, if what we're supposed to achieve within 2 years of that 10 years, you are not doing it, we know that that minister is not doing fine, and then we can consider changing to another. But what we get now is that maybe now we can say we have a good minister, the other time we don't have a good minister, so it keeps fluctuating, whereby we don't really get something.
I understand what you're trying to say. You know, I am one of the believers that the minister before this current minister, you know, put 8 years of FCT to sleep. Okay. 8 years to sleep, and some of the road that they scratched, they didn't continue, is what this person is doing right now. You know, but again, development has to be very holistic. So if you look at this current government now, it seems that this minister Wike is big on road. But we you know, the cities that Abuja is supposed to compete with is not. You can't do such. You know, we are already backward by several years. So for us to be able to compete with our peers, we need to have leaders that are working excellent in every area. As the roads are being built, education is being built, you know, Medicare is being built, you know, youth development is going on, women development is going on. Every aspect of the life of the city is moving organically. Not that one area is working and the other area went to sleep. You understand me now? But we celebrate those who even do anything a little. And that's why we are celebrating Minister Wike. But in very many other areas that is supposed to be working, I will say for one that we are not seeing action in those areas. So, Mr. Michael, thank you so much for your contribution. That's a very wonderful point that you have raised, that we need to, so we should be doing things like when the minister comes in, he looks at it, okay, this area, this is what we want to do in the next 5 years. And the people of the city benchmark us against our words and see whether we perform or not, so that people can know exactly what they are expecting from any administration that is in charge of the Federal Capital Territory, whether at the local government level or at the ministerial level. Exactly. Thank you very much, sir. Have a wonderful evening today, and regards to all our friends that are in Kuje. Okay, God bless you. God bless you. That's Mr. Michael from Kuje. And he is happy with the development that is going on in the road sector in his axis. But he's also wondering that why must... He was thinking that there was no master plan on ground, because everybody come and they seem to pick and choose what they want to do. But there's a master plan. Abuja was the only city in Nigeria that was, even before the construction started, there was a master plan to be followed. And if the master plan has been followed very well, we would not have had any challenge at all. But people, you know, tinker with the master plan, either based on genuine interest or based on primordial sentiments. And that's why we have what we have. Okay, so you are still free to call us. The number to call is 0802. It's scrolling on your screen, by the way. 0802-993-8365. Call us and let's talk about Abuja. Abuja is 50 today. You can see how quiet the city is. I'm sure even you that is you are hearing us on this program, maybe you are reminded for the first time that so Abuja is 50. Today was exactly 50 years ago when General Murtala Mohammed pronounced Abuja as the Federal Capital Territory designate. The development started shortly after 76. In fact, the first minister that was chosen for FCT was chosen in 1979. So as early as 1979, Abuja already had his first minister, and they were the one that was overseeing the construction of the city, you know, beginning from the garrikis that you have now, and so on and so forth. Let me see if I can get you the name of that minister. Okay, okay. The first minister of FCT was Mr. John Jatau. Okay, so sorry. The first minister was Chief Mobolaji Ajose Adeogun. He was the first minister Mr. Chimobolaji Ajose Adeogun was first minister. In John Jatao became minister. John Jatao Kadia was minister from 1979 to 1983. So even before 1979, we already had Minister Ajose Adeogun presiding over this development of this city, up till now that we have Mr. Wike. So the development has been going on, for shortly, in almost few months after General Murtala Mohammed announced. And honestly, for a purpose-built city for 49 years, if it was built by white people, what you will see is not what we are seeing now is not what you will see. It looks like corruption that Mr. Awanze mentioned from Kubwa. Actually, it's an obstacle. It's a very big obstacle on the way of the development of the city of Abuja. And if we can deal with corruption, if we tackle every aspect of this development project, because Abuja is a project, if we build Abuja very well, we will be able to stand shoulder to shoulder, toe to toe with anybody in New York or anybody in London or anybody in any part of the world, in Canada, and say, we have a beautiful city, come and see. Come and see. And if other states also, like 11 states that I announced to you earlier, if they also say, okay, fine, we are not purpose-built like Abuja, but we want to emulate what is taking place in Abuja. We want to now continue to look at our urban and regional planning and make sure that every part of our city going forward is also planned like Abuja, is well organized, well arranged like Abuja. We may also be able to, through urban renewal, transform our cities to become beautiful city. Many of Nigerians that are going abroad, when apart from the dollar rate, what makes them to like to stay abroad is the beauty, the ambience, the beautiful cities they live in. Because when they come back to Nigeria, even Abuja that we say is purpose built, there are several parts of Abuja that are full of dust, no good road. Several parts. Apart from the major, public areas, the interiors, many parts in all the 6 area councils, no good road. Even in the other 5 area councils, no good planning. Development, growth has overtaken development. You see people building houses, kissing each other, windows close to window, no proper erosion channelization, and so on and so forth, because the federal capital before now has focused most attention in the city center. It was just now that Wike said that the president, Tinubu, told him to create 5-kilometer road for every area council. And that was what has opened Abuja more now. So we can say Wike has done well in the area road construction. But the kind of development that we are looking at in Abuja that will make Abuja to be able to compete with other cities of the world is not only one directional development. It has to be holistic development. And it has to be intentional development. It has to be organic development. It has to be well thought out and well carried out, And leadership has a role to play in it. Leadership that have vision, leadership that have understanding, and leadership that are saying, wait a minute, it is not spirit that built New York or Washington, D.C. It was not spirit that built Birmingham, United Kingdom, or that built, Dublin in Ireland. It is not spirit that built Copenhagen in Denmark. It is human beings. And if these human beings can plan and build a very beautiful city that the people of the city are well catered for, there's good medical facility, there's good educational system, we can do the same here. So this thing happens with hunger. So when you have leaders that are not actually hungry about making things move from good to better and from better to best, so what you have is purpose that is not fulfilled, purpose that is not achieved. And of course, if purpose is not achieved, it means that the people that are driving the achievement of the purpose are not purpose-driven people. So we need purpose-driven leadership if Nigeria will ever transform. And we are not talking of this leadership at the federal government level alone, because when we always think of federal government level. Why can't we have a local government chairman that says, I'm coming to transform education in my local government? from the designing of how school looks like to the kind of training, special training, extra training that will be given to our teachers. That our children will be able to come to school and eat lunch free of charge. Or that there will even be, transport system that takes away the burden from their parents, pick them from their street, bring them to school, and take them back home. Why can't we have one local government chairman who says, I want to make my local government to be an exception for people to see? And then maybe another local government chairman can pick up the inspiration and do the same thing. And then maybe the minister can be challenged and say, look at what local government chairman under me are doing. Why am I sleeping? I need to focus and do better for the people. Again, if the people are such that they do not have expectation from leaders, so leaders will always be performing suboptimally because the people have no expectation, therefore they are not making any demands on the leadership in any aspect of developmental indices. They are not making demand. Look at it, for example, now. Imagine if light goes off for 48 hours in Russia or in London or in Sweden. The leaders know what the implication is. If light goes for 1 hour, for 1 day, inside snow, and people cannot use it and gas, people will die. So you can understand, purpose-driven leadership. So they understand the purpose why they are in leadership, and they are working assiduously to make sure that they meet the expectations of the people. Of course, the people also make demand. They make demand by sending the right people to go and represent them in the government. How you send people to government shows whether you are making a demand that will make your country to move forward, or you are not making any demand at all. Because the quality of people you send to leadership will determine whether the entire objective of governance is accomplished in your territory. Now, let's look at the issue of Abuja one by one. Number one, housing. So I want us to begin to talk about it one by one before the next caller will call. How will you say Abuja has fared in the area of housing in the last 50 years? You remember, at the inception of Abuja, under Ajose Adeogun that I mentioned to you earlier as the first minister, and the people that followed him, that was when those high-rise buildings in Gariki Area 1, Gariki Area 2, Gariki Area 3, Gariki Area 7, Gariki Area 8, all those high-rise buildings that you saw, that was why they were created for the public servants then, who were coming to Abuja. And then they moved on to Wuse, and you notice that in Gariki and in Wuse, you see that all those high-rise buildings are all there. In Wuse Zone 1, in Wuse Zone 2, in Wuse Zone 3, in Wuse Zone 4, and then, yes, not in Wuse Zone 5. I can't see anyone in Wuse Zone 5. But in Wuse Zone 7, you also see that these high-rise buildings continue. And then, after a while, the ministers that followed, they were no longer thinking of housing. They were no longer thinking of mass housing. And you saw that kind of trajectory of development stopped. Under Abacha, that was when Abacha also thought of a mass housing, and then Gwarimpa started. Of course, when El-Rufai came, he decided that, okay, let's do estates and let's open the territory so that there will be more houses for people to own houses and then to solve their housing problem. But as we can now look back and see, mass housing take care of a lot of people. But the estate that we have today now, you see, 6-bedroom duplex, 5-bedroom duplex, 3-bedroom duplex, 4-bedroom duplex. So young people that are looking for accommodation, one room, self-contained, they can't get accommodation in Abuja. So there's a lot of housing problem in the Federal Capital Territory because the government slept off on on mass housing. The government just went to sleep. And even now as we are talking, they have not woken up. With all that Minister Wike has done in the area of road, he has not done anything on mass housing. And mass housing is what takes care of the people that are earning, basic salaries. Those who are earning 70,000, those who are earning 80,000. How can they pay one-bedroom flat of 1.5 million naira. That means that, in fact, the entire of their salary in a year is not even able to fix housing. So as we look at Abuja at 50, one of the areas we have to look at is the area of housing development. We have not done well at all in the area of housing development. And this failure of doing well in the area of housing development is what has now created the slums that you find within the city. Inside the Abuja Municipal Area Council, which is the FCC, you have more than 30 urban slums. I mean, slums that when you get there, you will weep the way people are living. Some people will prefer that, look, rather than being in Abuja, I will go back to my village instead of living in this kind of slums. But when people have no accommodation, what do? They go to the local chiefs, the children of the local chiefs, the relatives of the local chiefs. Can I get a temporary land to buy and just build something to put my head? So that's why you see that all these slums began to grow and people build those slums. And when somebody saw that somebody has built and nothing has happened, he will come and buy. He will come and buy. It starts with 1 house, 10 houses, 20 houses, 40 houses, 50 houses. Before you know, a small slum village has now become a massive slum city. And then government wakes up suddenly and say, oh, this place is bad. We are going to pull down the houses. You saw what Mr. Nwanze was speaking about from Kubwa. So they want to pull down the houses. Oh, this place is not a slum. What were you looking when people were building? What was your alternative plan to get people accommodated? Every Nigerian that has a business to do in Abuja have a right to come, either because they got a job in the private sector or in the public sector, or they want to try their luck in the area of business. So government must be the facilitator of mass housing. But today now, Abuja is full of elitist houses. And you see so many estate developers all over the place. 2-bedroom, 7 million, land alone, 7 million. 2-bedroom land alone, 10 million. 2-bedroom land alone, 15 million. 3-bedroom land alone, 25 million. How much are the people earning that they will be able to pay this huge amount, to be able to get themselves a little decent accommodation to live in? And because of this failure, you can see there's a lot of land racketeering going on in Abuja. I laugh when somebody say that, 1,000 square meters of housing in Abuja, land, 1,000 square meter is 150 million, 250 million, 350 million, and then 2 plots, 1 billion. They sell land in Abuja now for up to 10 billion. And that again goes to corruption that Mr. Nwanze spoke about. Where do you get money to buy land for 10 billion, for 15 billion, for 20 billion? Because government failed in the area of housing. So one of the ways government can correct corruption in Abuja is by just focus on mass housing. Give contract to people to do mass housing. Get, loan from development banks and build houses for people, rent to own. And people rent to own. And then their accommodation problem is solved, and then they are not thinking of stealing in their offices because the accommodation problem is already solved. So in the area of housing, Abuja has not done well in 50 years. Abuja has not done well in 50 years. You can still call us. Our line is still open, 0802 993 8365. You can call us. Now let's look at the area of Medicare. Let's look at the area of Medicare. Do you know that many people in Abuja, they are dying quietly in their houses because of fear of going to hospital? One, there are not enough hospitals to go to in Abuja after 50 years or at 50 years. Not enough hospitals to go to. So people just quietly, they know that they are sick. So they continue to manage themselves. Let me manage it, and then and then let me go to church and pray. That's why you see that all our churches are full. Many of the problems that people take to church to go and solve is problem of health care. They want God to heal them because their country has failed them in the area of Medicare, and their city has failed them in the area of Medicare, and the government that is in charge of their city has failed them in the area of Medicare. Not enough hospitals. And then the few ones that are existing, you go there, you will go to some hospitals in Abuja, you will become more sick. You become sicker than when you left your home. Look at it, because we are not developing medical facilities, medical infrastructure. We are not developing it. Look at the biggest hospital in the Federal Capital Territory, the National Hospital. The National Hospital was built under General Abacha. Now, before National Hospital was built, the three big hospitals in Abuja were the my Wuse General Hospital, Gariki General Hospital, which has now become a private or public-private partnership, and then the Asokoro General Hospital. Later, Maitama General Hospital was built. Now, all of these were below National Hospital in Kedah. And the National Hospital was built about 26 years ago by Mrs. Miriam Abacha. Now, we have had 25 years of democracy. No democratic president, no democratic minister has built a brand new hospital up to the level of National Hospital for the city. Except this new hospital now that was built by Afrexim Bank in partnership with the government and maybe the King's Hospital in UK or whatever they call the name. But are they accessible to ordinary people? So Medicare is a very big problem in the Federal Capital Territory, and it should not be for a purpose-built city. A purpose-built city. Now, part of Medicare is not just only the hospital. Medicaid, medical insurance, health insurance. Abuja has been able to inaugurate its own health insurance program. Kudos. That's one of the things that is working. But how many people are on that health insurance? How many people are patronizing it? And what value, what quality does it deliver to the people that are patronizing it? You know, a lot of people that patronize health insurance in Nigeria say when they go to the hospital, they use them like guinea pig. Toss them here, toss them there. So they say, okay, you know what? Away with health insurance. I will do out-of-pocket payment so that I will not die. I will take care of myself. So we cannot have a great city that can match its peers in the whole world, a purpose-built city for that matter, if the issue of Medicare and medical infrastructure is suboptimal, it's not properly done. So this is an area that we need to look at correcting, even as we celebrate Abuja at 50. There are so many issues to discuss. Look at security, for example. You know, Abuja is the headquarters of the Navy, headquarters of the Army, headquarters of the Civil Defense, headquarters of the Police, headquarters of the Air Force. Abuja is the headquarters of the DIA, is the headquarters of the DSS, is the headquarters of all our military and paramilitary infrastructure. And yet, one chance vehicle takes people away every day in this city. If you know how many citizens of the Federal Capital Territory that are already lost to one chance, you know, I mean, the kind of transport system in Abuja is chaotic. And because the transportation is chaotic, it promotes insecurity. People go out and they do not come back because the vehicle transport system managers are not registered. And you see all kinds of rickety vehicles. You know, somebody just went and bought golf vehicle. You know, you see green door, blue side. You know, everything is just, you wonder, is this a purpose-built city? Go to New York. Everywhere you see is, you know, yellow bus. They have train, they have tram, they have everything. In 50 years, Abuja does not have a functional train system that conveys people from one point to another. The transport infrastructure is chaotic and it makes room for insecurity. It added to the insecurity problem. We can go on and on and on. But let me close in the area of tourism infrastructure. For 50 years, we have not built a single tourism infrastructure in the Federal Capital Territory that can draw people from the whole world and say, let me go and see what they have built in Nigeria. Let me go and see the tourism sector of Abuja. And let me go and spend my money in Nigeria, in Abuja, because I love what they have done. So we can build 25 tourism centers, tourism infrastructure, world-class tourist centers in this town that can be pulling people from all over the world and improve the economy of the city. We have tour guides, you know, we have transport that are attached to tourism sector. The hotels will benefit, and so on and so forth. Then finally, education. That's why most people put their children in private school, because the public schools are going down and down and down. And by the way, don't forget, this is a purpose-built city, built from the scratch. So we thank God for the vision of Abuja, conceptualized by General Murtala Mohammed's government, and we know that for a fact, that vision became a reality. But has this baby grown to become a man that he's supposed to be? You know the answer. I know the answer. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. This is a special edition of the countdown to Federal Capital Territory Elections 2026. And we just thought that we should not let today just pass without talking about the fact that Abuja became 50 today. So if you want to see improvement, now pay more attention to this election that is coming up on the 21st of February. Vote quality leaders as chairmen in ABUJA, in Kwali, in Gwagwalada, in Kuje, in Buhari, and in Abuja Municipal Area Council. Vote good councillors. We have no power to choose our minister. It is the president that does that for us. But in the coming election, choose good senators. Choose a good senator for the territory. Choose 2 good honorables, and you will see that they will join hand with the minister and make sure that the growth of Abuja becomes more organic and things are working well. So thank you so very much for doing it with us today. I'm so happy that you are there, because without you, there will be no program. I want to thank KAFTAN Television, who gave us this wonderful 1-hour slot. New Direction for Nigeria Movement, that is the sponsor of this program, and Prince Adewale Adebayo, the former presidential candidate of Social Democratic Party, who said, go ahead, I'm solidly behind you. I make this space available for you to talk to the people of Abuja and educate them about how to make our city better and how to improve election. And to all the men behind the console, thank you very much for the great work that you are doing. God bless you all. I'll be here on Thursday to introduce a new candidate to you, and then we'll interact with them together and see what their plans for our area councils are. God bless you. Have a wonderful evening. Bye.
The future of our communities begins with informed choices.
As the 2026 FCT Area Council elections draw closer,
The New Direction Movement, in partnership with KAFTAN TV and Inspire Nigeria Initiative, presents
30 days countdown to the FCT Area Council elections.
join us